Good morning, people of the internet, YouTube. I'm marked out my floor pan by laying the old one on top of the new one, and I kind of butted them up closely here together. I had to use some pieces of wood to kind of get them to help hold together, and on that end I've got a weight holding that down, otherwise it'd be kind of flopping up, and on this end I'm standing in it. But I marked it roughly an inch outside. Now it's going to be high, even if I cut on that line it's still going to be high, but once I get it in there, it'll get close enough to get it in there, and I can start trimming it from there to the final size. But I'm not replacing the lip over here like I did on the other side, because there's nothing wrong with the fit on this side, and it would be a lot of extra work to do that, and it's just really not necessary. All the rust is pretty much down there, as you can see, a lot farther away from where I've cut. So it'll be good. This will be a great repair when we get done with it. But I wanted to show the layout, the basic layout here, how I did this. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'll be the first to admit, and I'm probably making 10,000 different mistakes. I mean, metalwork is not new to me. I have never had to do floor pans before, so I'm going to say this. This is the way I do it. I'm not telling you this is the way that you should do it. This is just the way that I do it. Well, you can see that back there in that corner, how bad that was. But let me show the inside again. Kind of got it basically ready for installation, and hopefully with any luck today I'll have this thing trimmed and fitted and maybe at least tacked in before I have to stop today. The heat here has just been terrible. The upside is that next week the weather's supposed to be a lot better. It's supposed to be in the 80s, so hopefully I'll have some longer working days and I can get further on getting this done. Because as soon as I get this done, I'm going to treat the rust. I bought some special stuff to treat the rust. I'm going to use epoxy primer, and then I'm going to use seam sealer and caulk all the edges and everything of the floor pan, and then I'll paint it when all that's done. Hopefully I can get to move on to doing some more fun things like building the engine. That's what I'm really looking forward to getting done. Getting the engine, getting it together and getting it. I've got just about everything for the engine that I need. Probably 98% of it. I may need to buy push rods. I don't know. I'll have to wait till I get the heads on there and everything. I've got to check the push rod length. That's the only reason I haven't bought that. But I've got everything else I need. I'm waiting for some stuff to come back from the machine shop. It's being balanced. I'm having the crank and rods and pistons and all that stuff balanced, so it's at the machine shop for that. But I'm going to build the engine in the one of the bays, not this bay because it's too dirty in here. So, but I just wanted to show you how I did that. This is the pans as they come. I mean, these things have fit really well. I've been really surprised. In fact, I think they actually fit better than the original stuff did. And I bought 4 quarters because it's a lot cheaper on shipping. And initially I was going to do just smaller panels, but I mean, it's enough to do the whole floor. I just didn't want to have to do the whole floor because there's nothing wrong with the transmission tunnel part of it. And like I said in the other video, you'd have to mark the location where the tower is there for the for the shifter. You'd have to mark the location of all those. You'd have to pick up the locations. You'd have to have jigs to let you know where to put those brackets and stuff back, because once you cut them off, you have no idea where to weld it onto the new stuff. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of these brackets. That's why I'm avoiding doing all that, because it's a lot of extra work, and it's just really not needed. The metal up there is in great shape, so I'm going to just stick with that. Like I said, I got other things I need to move on to this. It'll still be a great repair. This isn't a concours level restoration we're doing here. It's going to be a roadworthy type restoration, and I want to do whatever I'm doing. I want it to be good. I want it to be real good, and I think it'll be great actually by the time we get done. See all the spot welds I had to drill out. Cutting, I just used an angle grinder to cut that out, and I just kind of more or less marked lines similar to what I had on the other side. I couldn't go quite as high up on the transmission tunnel as I did on the other side, because that shifter, the cutout for it is kind of in the way. I didn't want to cut into that. I didn't need to. So, but it's similar, so it'll look somewhat asymmetrical from underneath. It didn't take long to actually cut that out at all. It's the angle grinder. It'll cut that pretty fast. And luckily, I didn't hit my brake lines or anything up there doing all that. I was real careful. I knew that there was stuff on the other side. I just had to be real careful about not going too deep with the angle grinder and nicking a line. Of course, I mean, new brake line's not that bad to replace. Just didn't want to have to do it if I didn't need to. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'm going to cut this, trim this new panels, and then start doing some preliminary fitting on this. I missed a lot of the stuff that I did yesterday because my phone went dead, and I plugged it in the charger, or it was going dead. I plugged it in the charger and didn't bother to look at the screen. Should always check that. And the charger cord was okay, but the little charger transformer was bad, and it wasn't charging my phone. I didn't find out till I went to pick it up, and it had 0 battery. So lovely. Anyway, moving on.